Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really zooming in on just one story, but it's incredibly compelling.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like one of those moments, everything just hangs in the balance. Feels almost like a movie scene,
Hmm.
but it's packed with these really profound insights about hitting unexpected roadblocks and how you get through them.
It definitely takes you on an emotional ride. You feel that sort of crushing fear when it all goes wrong.
Right, like a nightmare scenario just unfolding.
But then it shifts,
Yeah.
through that panic, and then somehow there's this immense relief,
Mhm.
gratitude even. It's quite the journey.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's set the scene. We've got Emily. It's a huge day for her. Massive.
Monumental, really. She's in a new city, totally unfamiliar territory.
And she's there for the interview, the dream job she's been aiming for.
So she's up early, got everything planned out, feeling that, that mix, excitement, but also really nervous. Butterflies, probably.
Big time. Puts on her best suit, the one that makes her feel capable. Checks her bag. Phone. Check. Keys. Check. Wallet. Check. Or, well, so she thinks.
Oh, yes. All the essentials accounted for. Or, supposedly. That mental checklist feels complete.
Then she makes this tiny, totally normal stop. Quick coffee, little cozy place right next door.
Seems harmless enough.
Goes in, orders, pays with her wallet, takes out the cash, pays, slips the wallet back into her bag, zips it up. It's so routine. You barely register doing it sometimes.
Muscle memory. Almost unconscious.
And that action, or maybe a tiny fumble in it, that's the hinge, isn't it?
That's where the problem starts, yeah. Unknowingly.
Okay, coffee acquired. She calls her ride share. Car pulls up pretty quick. The driver is an older guy, Mr. Henderson. Looks quite serious.
Not much for small talk, it seems. Just focus on the drive.
And off they go, driving through the busy city. Emily's trying to focus, right? Going over interview answers in her head.
Oh, yeah, trying to stay calm, but her heart's probably just hammering away. Nerves building.
Definitely. And then they arrive. The building, it's right there. Tall, modern. Looks important. This is it.
The peak of the anticipation. And the nerves, too.
Car stops. Time to pay. She reaches into her bag.
Mm.
Her hand is searching around, feeling the lining. Deeper? There's nothing there.
Oh, no. That cold dread moment.
Just gone. Her hand is scrambling. You can just picture the blood draining from her face.
A little whisper, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, like she can't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And Mr. Henderson, he hears it. Turns right around.
And his whole demeanor changes.
Instantly, voice goes sharp. Is there a problem? He asks. Not friendly.
Oh, boy. And the panic just floods in, right? She tries to explain, her voice all shaky.
Yeah, tumbling out. My wallet, it's not here. I must have. I think I left it at the coffee shop.
The heat rushing to her face, burning cheeks, absolute worst timing.
It really is. And Mr. Henderson, he's not having it. Frustration, suspicion, it's immediate.
Like a switch flips.
Totally. What do you mean it's not here? You have to pay. He just cuts her off when she suggests calling the coffee shop or, a friend maybe.
Just, no, shaking his head.
Firmly. And then his voice gets, like, hard, low. He says people try these tricks all the time.
Oof. Assuming she's trying to cheat him.
Exactly. And then the clincher. He turns off the engine.
Oh, the silence. That must have been intense.
Really ramps up the tension, feeling completely trapped.
So she's begging now, pleading.
Voice is barely a whisper, trying to explain about the interview, how important it is she can't be late.
But he's unmoved.
Totally. Gives her the ultimatum, you pay or I call the police, or he says, you can come with me to the station right now.
Wow, just like that.
Yeah, tears are burning in her eyes. This is it. The nightmare is real.
Total panic mode. Hands freezing, face hot, mind just a mess.
Right, so she's desperately searching her pockets now, jacket pockets, just hoping against hope, anything, a stray doll or anything.
The last resort, right? Just frantically checking everywhere.
And then her fingers brush against something. It feels soft, small, kind of bumpy, but familiar somehow.
What is it?
She pulls it out. It's this small, old leather coin purse.
The kind you totally forget you even own.
Exactly. A gift from her grandmother years ago. She maybe threw loose change in it sometimes. Definitely not where she'd keep bills or cards. It's all worn smooth.
Wow. Okay, so
Her hands are shaking, right? Fumbling with the little clasp. She gets it open, and her heart just leaps.
there's money.
There is. Inside, amongst a few coins, there's a small folded bill.
No way. How much?
She counts it, trembling. $2 in coins. and a $5 bill.
$7.
$7 total. And she remembers seeing the fare on the app before she got in, $6.
Oh my gosh.
Go-
Just enough. More than enough by $1.
Exactly. And suddenly her voice, which was like this tiny whisper of dread, it just bursts out full of hope. Mr. Henderson, holding out the little purse. Look, I found some money. It's $7.
Amazing, his reaction.
He looks at the money in her shaky hand. Then he looks up at her face. You know, red cheeks, teary eyes, but she's holding actual cash.
Right, real money.
He takes the purse, counts it slowly, confirms it. $6 was the ride, he says. His voice is calmer now, but still, serious. This is $7.
And Emily?
She jumps right in, almost pleading. You can keep the extra $1. Please, I'm so sorry for all this trouble.
And this is the moment, isn't it? The turning point.
Absolutely. He looks at that extra $1. Then he looks back at Emily. Really looks at her.
Sees her eyes. Sees the honesty.
Yeah. Sees the worry, the genuine distress. Sees the big important building right behind her looming there. And you can almost see something shift in him. That hard expression just softens.
A little smile, maybe.
Almost invisible. Just touches his lips. And then he says something completely unexpected after everything.
Right.
No, he says quietly. Keep the extra $1.
Wow.
This was a difficult situation, he says, but you were honest. I can see that.
He saw it. He actually saw her honesty.
Yeah. And then, still serious, but with this, genuine small smile that just changes his whole face, he says, go to your interview. And good luck.
Oh, the relief she must have felt. Unbelievable.
Huge. Shock, thankfulness, just this overwhelming wave washing over her. Her voice is thick with emotion. Thank you so much, she manages to say.
I can imagine. Just gets out of the car.
Legs are shaky, definitely. But feeling so much lighter, she looks back.
And he's still there.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson. Still watching her, gives her this slow nod, cuckoo, encouraging her.
Wow.
She practically runs to the building, takes this deep, shaky breath. She's a few minutes late, sure, but she made it. She's there.
And that whole experience, that difficult ride, definitely left a mark. A big lesson learned, I bet.
What a story. You really go from the absolute pit of panic, feeling totally cornered, to this sudden, unexpected kindness. Stepping back a bit, what really jumps out at you about the dynamics happening there?
Well, what's really striking is how fast suspicion can kick in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in those situations, like paying a driver, where people might feel, vulnerable to being cheated.
Yeah, his default was suspicion. People always try these tricks.
Exactly. That's a defense mechanism, probably built up over time. He's likely had people try to skip fares before.
So what cut through that? Was it really just finding the money? Or was there more to it?
I think it was more than just the $7. It was seeing her genuine panic, right? How visibly distressed she was. And crucially, her honesty within that distress.
Okay, explain that.
Well, she wasn't just making excuses or trying to smooth talk her way out. She was clearly freaking out, searching desperately. And then, when she found the money, instant relief and offering the extra, not trying to haggle, just pure, transparent relief and apology.
Right.
That combination, the vulnerability, the desperation, but also the straightforward honesty that can be powerful, it kind of short-circuits the suspicion.
So honesty isn't just technically telling the truth. It's about how it comes across, especially when you're really stressed and vulnerable.
Precisely. And on Mr. Henderson's side, it's about him making a choice. He was annoyed, probably felt ripped off initially.
He had reason to be suspicious.
Absolutely. He could have easily just called the police, followed through on his threat. But he paused. He looked closer. He saw the person, not just the problem.
That's the key, isn't it? Seeing the person.
Yeah. He looked at her face, saw the situation in the building, her panic, the small found purse, and he made an empathetic jump. He recognized she was in a really tough spot. And he chose understanding over suspicion. That's where the real kindness comes in, I think. That choice to shift from frustration to understanding.
And that single choice, that moment of understanding, basically saved her day. It allowed her to actually walk into that building.
It did. But her actions got her there too, right? Her resilience in not giving up, frantically searching, finding the money, being honest. That created the space for Mr. Henderson to see her honesty.
Good point. It wasn't just waiting for help. She was actively trying to solve it, even in a panic.
Exactly. Searching, finding, offering the solution with the apology. It really shows how resilience, honesty, and maybe the potential for kindness are all linked up when things get tough.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about those moments in your own life or when you see someone else struggling. When you're the one under pressure, how do you find that gear to stay honest, Keep looking for a way out.
Yeah, and maybe even more importantly, when you're on the other side, when you're the one feeling frustrated or suspicious, what allows you to take that breath, look a bit deeper, and maybe choose understanding or kindness?
Because those difficult moments, they happen to everyone. They're unavoidable.
Totally. But maybe they also reveal something. Capabilities we didn't know we had to keep going, be truthful, find solutions, and they create these openings for connection. A small act of seeing someone, really seeing them, or showing kindness can genuinely shift things for them, big time.
It's a powerful lesson from, just a single rideshare story. Honesty, when it's seen and believed, it can just melt suspicion away. And one act of kindness, chosen when things are tense, can open doors. And resilience, it's not just about bouncing back. It's about actively looking for a way forward, even when you think all the doors are closed.
And sometimes, yeah, the solution is just tucked away, forgotten, in an old coin purse in your pocket.
Right. So for you listening, maybe think about the Mr. Hendersons you might encounter. People who seem a bit guarded, maybe kind of stern on the surface.
Yeah.
Or maybe flip it. Think about the times you might be in that position, the position be a Mr. Henderson, for someone else who's clearly having a terrible moment.
Think of that.
What small act of just looking closer, offering a bit of understanding, or simply recognizing someone's honesty when they're stressed out? What could that change for them today in their critical moment?
Yeah. What could that change? Definitely something worth thinking about.